back to the ballpark. Billy Buckner is ready to go as he gets loose. And the Diamondbacks look to pull themselves together after last night and win this series over Cecil Cooper's club. Let's take a look at Coop's starting lineup against Billy today. Michael Bourne racing to 20 stolen bases, Miguel Tejada, and then Hunter Pence. Lance Berkman and Pudge Rodriguez. Once this game is underway, Pudge is out there. He ties Bob Boone, number 2 all time. Then it's Michaels, it's Cada, Masonette, and Moeller. Billy Buckner, unfortunately, he is pitching here at home. Let's hope he can buck the trend, pardon the pun there, because he has been great in Los Angeles, Gracie, great in Oakland, just has struggled mightily here at Chase Field.
You hope that doesn't play into his psyche a little bit. You're hoping that he can overcome that, because most of your starts are going to be here.
You
bet. You've got to get over that mental hurdle.
How to keep this man off the base pads as that one misses a bit away. We're underway. Boy, look at the corners. It's almost like a pitcher is hitting as they anticipate the bunts. Reynolds way in at third. White's way in at first. Swings right over the top of a good changeup.
Well, second pitch of the game, 1-0 changeup. Really mixing it up early. Bourne way out in front of it.
Bourne has been swinging with a bit of abandon, trying to drive the ball more than we're used to. And maybe that changeup, not a bad idea. Well, he's shown him his entire repertoire in the first 3 pitches of the game. Fastball, changeup, and curveball. And that curveball is high, 3-1 the count. Tentatively attacking so far very early on. Miguel Tejada waits on deck. 2,000 hits last night. Not a good way to start it. Not a real good momentum out of the gates for these Diamondbacks.
Might have got a strike there. Had Chris Snyder been able to hang on to the ball, he might have been able to keep it in the strike zone.
Part of that defense is Snyder, that has Reynolds, Drew, Lopez, and Weitzel on the infield, and you see Snyder behind home plate. Outfield of Burns, Chris Young, and Justin Upton. Yeah, that pitch not much below the bottom part of the strike zone there, as you said.
A lot of times an umpire will say, well, if you can't catch it, it can't be a strike.
You bet. See how close this pitch is.
That was probably down.
Point well made, though. Not much.
Yeah. Had he been able to hang on to it, he may have gotten the strike call. Big lead.
Well, he's got 20 stolen bases. That one just off the plate. 1-0 the count to Tejada. What a season he is having. They have managed these Diamondbacks to keep him quiet in this series. Had his first 0-for on Friday night in about 20 games. And Tejada picked up career hit number 2 grand last night.
Boy, that is a tight strike zone. That's about 3 balls that Billy Buckner thought got the corner. Doug Eddings not in a generous mood so far.
Signs being sent out on that third base coach's box, and as you said, you had better throw right down the middle. Dave Clark, the third base coach. Line drive, right field. Justin has to play it on the hop. He doesn't play it at all the way to the wall. Bourne is flying on around. Clark says, come on down. And it's 1-0. The Houston Astros on top. A really lackluster start for the Diamondbacks.
Man, I came back for this, Darren. What's going on? A line drive. Justin Upton just flat out whiffs it. Can't really tell from that angle what happened, but he just flat out whiffed it. Bourne never stops, and boy, after 2 batters, it's 1-0 Houston.
And so now Hunter Pence doubling an RBI for Tejada. Career hit number 2001. Breaking ball is low. 1-0 the count.
And also Billy Buckner walking the leadoff man and falling behind 2-0.
Buckner has thrown 9 pitches. 2 of them have been strikes. Though the strike zone is smaller, still unable to jump ahead. Hunter Pence, 323 this year. He has driven in 25. Bouncing ball. Look out, Mr. Clark. He has to spin out of the way.
Old teammate of mine, former Gold Glove boxer Dave Clark.
Ooh, a boxer.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. You want him on your side.
I would agree with that 100%.
Left-handed hitter, had some big thunder. And he could hit a fastball, Darren. Couldn't spell off speed.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Dave Clark, you put a wrinkle in it, you took all the fun out of it. But he could hit anybody's fastball.
Played in the big leagues with Cleveland. As you said, the Cubs, Pittsburgh, Kansas City. A couple of tours of duty with the Chicago Cubs.
He ended up being a great pinch hitter.
The 1-2. Breaking ball. 2-2 the count. There will be no corners thus far in this game.
So far.
Doug Eddings calling it by the books and then some out of the gates. The 2-2. There we go. Good breaking ball. Gets Hunter Pence. If we've learned anything about these Astros in this series, we've learned they're aggressive.
Well, they are that. There's a breaking ball down in the zone. Right over the top of it goes Hunter Pence. So stubborn with the breaking ball. Keep throwing it. And he got the big strikeout.
So now Lance Berkman. Berkman yesterday in the ball game against John Garland with the base open. The decision between Garland and skipper A.J. Hinch. What do we want to attack here? Do we feel okay with getting Lance Berkman? John Garland saying, I think I can get him. And Berkman saying, I think I can get him. And Berkman won that battle.
He's just been such a great hitter for such a long time. He's one of those guys, Darren, that, boy, I have trouble letting him beat me. Nice fastball up and beats him there.
And the irony of all of it, Mark Grace, later on in the ball game with Juan Gutierrez working, they had a similar situation. They walked Berkman and Pudge beat him.
Really? Well, kind of doggone if you do
That's
it, doggone if you
exactly
don't, huh?
right. That is exactly right. As that one is fouled off. He can get, what, 90, maybe 91 tops?
Yeah, if he reaches back, he can go to the low 90s.
Secondary stuff mandatory in command, though, right?
He's got the good curveball. The changeup's been a decent weapon for him.
I like the changeup.
Yeah, he just needs to stay out of the middle of the plate. That's what got him in trouble his last start. Let's see if he's got a breaking ball here for Fat Elvis. He does, and it's
my goodness. And I mean way out of here. Well, just like Tejada got career hit number 2001, Lance Berkman gets career home run number 301.
Boy, you want to talk about the definition of a hanging curveball. There it is. Right in the middle of the plate. There it is, folks. Lance Berkman, a.k.a. Fat Elvis. That is one of the longer home runs you'll see there, Darren.
And a poor 0-2 pitch.
So this kind of begs the question. How are we looking?
Well, not so good out of the gates, my friend. How are those Dodger dogs? 1-0 the count to Pudge Rodriguez. Pudge has stepped in. He is officially a part of this game. He has tied Bob Boone for second all-time in the history of this game in games caught. Nice play. Obviously, it needs to become an official game. But he is officially a part of it, so when it heads to that direction. Nice play by Mark Reynolds. Nice play.
Yeah, he finds where he is, takes a peek down. Fans do a nice job of staying out of his way, and he makes a nice play.
He's had a great series. How about those fans?
Great job by the knowledgeable fans down there, staying out of his way. Good to see Brandon Lyon made it here.
He's here, huh? Visiting?
Yeah.
Gosh darn, I thought Detroit was in Pittsburgh. Maybe they gave him the day off.
Come back and see his old mates.
Good pitch, a breaking ball. 0-2 the count.
Now we're going to need a slugfest today, Darren.
That and good Lord willing the creek won't rise.
Gas. Billy Buckner, after a long home run, strikes out a couple in the inning.
Oh my goodness. Out there by the creek is where he hit it. Texas style. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for skipper A.J. Hinch, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Felipe Lopez, Eric Burns bats second. He thought about batting Young there. Has Young in the 6th slot in the lineup. Upton, Drew, Reynolds in the middle. Hopefully Young can drive them in. Weitzel playing very well of late. Chris Snyder not. He is struggling. Billy Buckner bats 9th. Let's see if Chris can get it going down there at the bottom. And then there is Brian Moeller. This is a guy that has had certainly 9 lives in the major leagues. 37 years old, has had a tough go of it this year, but a guy who began his career in the big leagues in 1996 and has had longevity, to say the least.
Back with the Tigers, I believe.
That's exactly right.
Had some good success in the American League, then ran into some injuries, but he's still out there plugging away.
Out of Raleigh, North Carolina. And he goes to work. Felipe Lopez does as well. 0-1 the count. Now, those days in Detroit from 1997 till the year 2000, kind of a guy middle to the bottom of the rotation, but very dependable. He had 11 wins a year those seasons, 192 innings of work, ERA about 4.5. Someone you knew you could plug in that 3 or 4 spot, and he was dependable.
Yeah, he's a guy that, well, he's never gonna win 20 games for you, but he'll take the baseball every 5th day and give you every ounce of his heart and soul.
Felipe Lopez, right field. Boy, Pensive better get on his horse. He did. That horse had a roadmap that had it going all over the place, but he finally hauls it in.
Yeah, Hunter Pence was doing some pass patterns, but he is a great athlete. He's got a lot of speed. He ended up making the play.
But if he's anything, he's unorthodox.
You watch him take a strange route. That kind of reminds you a little bit of the hitter, Eric Burns, in the outfield. You know, it's never Devon White type smooth or anything like that, but the bottom line is, you know, make the catch. That's the bottom line.
That's exactly right. Burns gets the assignment, as we mentioned, in the 2-hole today. 213, 4 homers, 22. RBIs, an on-base percentage of .256. The 2-0. Pops that one up. That's a souvenir on this Sunday. Ouch. Ooh, that's why you bring your glove. That'll leave a mark.
Sox fans should know better than that, shouldn't they? No.
He was looking out for pizza maybe flying his way.
Oh, don't get me started.
3-1 to count. Oh, let's get Gracie going. No sleep, flying in from Cleveland. Bring up the pizza.
We're going to have to hit him with the pizza today, I guess, after falling down by 3. Good at bat there from Burns.
So he is a base runner.
Right fielder number 10, Justin Upton.
See if Burns decides to get things cranked up. Down 3-0. Justin Upton, the right fielder, 12 home runs, 37 batted in. The on-base percentage this year at .391. An all-star year for the young man. They have pitched him like a veteran slugger in this series. Another pitch right there near the zone, by the way.
Right on the outside corner again. Doug Eddings giving Moeller a little taste of the Billy Buckner treatment there. Not going to go wide with him. Going to make him keep it on the wide of the plate.
There's a strike. 1-1 the count. Well, don't you know that the man who has caught all those games, now 2,225, he'll be campaigning about that strike zone.
Well, you hope Chris Snyder and the great Pudge Rodriguez will be campaigning, or else we're gonna be here through the road trip. Good slider down and away, Upton way out in front of it.
He'll throw it all. He'll vary the slider and the cutter, and they have a similar look to them. Any pitcher that has lasted this long and not lasting this long at the ace category is inventive, to say the least. Fastball about 87 miles an hour on average for Moeller. Slider, cutter, curveball, and changeup. Look like slider and or cutter. 2-2 the count. Yeah, he's a grinder, no doubt. UNC Greensboro is where he played his college baseball. Tigers' number 6 pick in 1993. I tell you, Gracie, I appreciate you picking up the phone, calling us from the airline, the airphone. I know it's much more expensive.
You know what?
And joining us on our production meeting before the game.
I was happy to join.
And
I gave you guys a good scouting report of Brian Moeller.
And the key to the game, too, which was, they're going to put it up here in a moment. Runner on the move. It's popped up. There, Burns had better find his way back. He does. Yeah, somewhere, I don't know exactly where you were, maybe flying down from Salt Lake City over Colorado. He said, guys, the team is going to need to rally from down 3 today. I have a good feeling that it's going to be a tough start, and they're going to do it, but they're going to rally from down 3. Our Arrowhead, Brown & Brown, and Superstition Springs Chevy dealers, Mark Grace Airphone, key to the game.
And, you know, the Airphone, it was amazing reception on the Airphone as well.
That's like $5 a minute. I appreciate that.
And the little old lady next to me, she thought it was semi-rude that I spoke for 30 straight minutes on that Airphone.
Well, you know, Andy Bach in his production meetings, our senior producer, he always has us on the Airphone conference calls.
But she was very pleased with the key to the game.
She believed it.
She thought, yep, I think that. And she was calling me Gracie. She said, you know, Gracie, I think that's a good one. They're going to have to rally down from 3.
She was concerned about Buckner at home, huh?
Well, especially on Berkman. She said, I have a feeling he's going to hang a breaking ball to Lance Berkman. Boy, was she ever right.
The 1-1. Where was she heading?
Salt Lake City. Yeah, she got off at Salt Lake City with me. I got on the plane to come come here. She stayed in Salt Lake City.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So we have Diamondbacks fans everywhere, including in Salt Lake City. From the Midwest originally? Because I know you came from...
No, she's Salt Lake City born and raised.
That's great. That's good insights. 1-2 the count with 2 outs.
Told me all about her grandsons that are one's at Utah, University of Utah.
Drew takes away 2-2.
The other one's just got drafted by the Diamondbacks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's lower round pick.
No, he's a lower round pick, but he's holding out for a little more money right now. So we haven't heard too much about him yet.
Oh, good luck. What a small world it is. Rudder goes, and that one deep to right field. Pence going back. That one is gone. Ma'am, that's for you. All the way to Salt Lake City. Stephen Drew, his 4th home run of the year. He was 3 for 5 with a double last night. His last 3 weeks, he has been white hot. And Mark Grace, a majority of those hits have been extra base hits, driving the ball.
Well, watch him pull his hands in to get to this fastball in. His hips are just so strong. Watch the hips just pow, explode right through the baseball. That ball goes a good 15 rows back, Darren. That's way back there. Brian Muller going, man, I thought I threw a decent pitch. He just pulled his hands in, kept his elbows close to his rib cage, and just creamed it.
Mark Reynolds takes a shot at right field, the man we talked about coming on the air. Well, you're going to have to rally from down 3, no doubt about it. Whether it's Stephen Drew, the Georgia boy, or a really perceptive baseball. Tuning in, and it is officially a ball game, a slugfest. Miller Lite, what's brewing? What a road trip for the Diamondbacks. Unique road trip, to say the least. First, the Midwest in Kansas City. Zach Greinke against Max Scherzer. Zach Greinke against Max Scherzer. Interleague play, by the way. Do you love it? It's okay. Tired of it? Get rid of it. A, B, C, or D, 74499, our text poll.
Where do you stand on it?
I love it.
Do you?
I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I expected
I get
you
to
to be
see Zach Greinke pitch.
Well, that's why my vote is it's okay.
Okay.
For that reason.
And for a traditionalist and an old school player as you are, that's you've come a long way.
I think it can work. It can work, and like for instance, L.A. against Anaheim is great stuff. New York against New York. White Sox, Cubs. Cardinals, Royals. Giants, A's. Up in the Bay Area. Those are good.
Matt Cata breaks his bat. towards a base hit.
What is going on?
Well, that hung up for an awful long time. You wonder if the swing of the bat and not the flight of the ball is what got a late jump.
I mean, nobody near it. Felipe Lopez, nowhere near it. Justin Upton, nowhere near it.
So Keita. Anyway, continue your thoughts on interleague play.
That part of the rivalries, I think that's good stuff. I don't see a whole lot of great stuff with Detroit Tigers and San Diego Padres, or something to that effect. And I also think that if you could get a universal set of rules, in other words, either put the DH in both leagues or get rid of it, I think it can work. And I think also I like the fact that the World Series, for me, should be two teams that haven't seen each other that year.
Yeah, that's the one part of it I struggle with. The only part of it that may take me down to an it's okay. Edwin Masonette into right center field. Chris Young is there to make the play for the out. Again, a trip this week. We know you'll be coming with us on television if you're not actually planning a trip to either Kansas City or Seattle. But do you love it? It's okay. Tired of it? Or get rid of it? 74499 interleague play. What is your opinion? See those folks who are already looking ahead. They're pointing at the out-of-town scoreboard. Who's playing in interleague action today? Well, there's Detroit, Pittsburgh. No, it's Stanley Cup's over. That one is bunted. Buckner, nice job. That is a double play. Billy Buckner, as much as he struggled in the first inning, really bailed himself out there, Mark Grace. Well, start your plans now to get to the next bobblehead night at Chase Field. The Chris Snyder bobblehead will be given away to the first 25,000 fans. There they are to the July 11th game. That one on the right, you could be one of 10 lucky fans to receive the special edition bobblehead. It's autographed by Chris Snyder. 602-514-8400. That red jersey autographed bobblehead. So make sure you head to the ballpark. There's the bobbleheads that are coming up this year. Now trying to get to the bottom of if, in fact, the Augie Ojeda bobblehead has been seen through. We're not sure.
The Augie Ojeda?
It might be the final bobblehead.
Really?
We'll see.
I thought it would be you.
No. There is not industrial strength springs available to hold up this large noggin, my friend. Boy, this is a good couple of games, good 6 or so overall, but homering in back-to-back games, Chris Young. On Friday. And last night. For the first time since last August, he homers in back-to-back games.
A couple of very long balls. Took a fastball in the middle there.
Big picture, Young in his last 9 games since he moved those hands a little bit further away from his body and down. You see what he's done on the homestand. He has 10 hits in his last 9 games. 4 of them doubles, 3 of them homers. And he's also, along with that, Mark Grace, walked 7 times.
And that's the key. That's when you know a guy's starting to get locked in, is when he starts drawing walks. That means he's seeing the ball a long time and laying off the tough ones that he had been swinging at prior.
2-2, they're coming in. Now they missed their spot there. That was actually away. And another terrible play over there by Mike McNally.
That's Mike McNally again.
Unbelievable. The director of media relations, that was just an awful play again. That is 2 chances he has had to save the day, as that one has popped up to the right side. And the play is made over there. He's got a brand new staff he has gathered. He has a chance to really show off.
And he ran from it.
I mean, in San Diego, there was one that was literally right to him. He hit underneath the desk.
There he is. Still being laughed at.
I tell you what, he's very good at putting together his statistics. He needs to come up with a defensive chart.
Well, yeah, his statistics are terrible. He hadn't made a play yet.
0-1 the count to Josh Weitzel. He takes a strike.
Josh Weitzel has taken 2 fastballs right down the middle to be at 0-2.
That pitch is in, 1-2 the count. Well, Weitzel, big picture. He started the year 3 for his first 28, 107. And since then, 8 hits in his last 21 at bats. Had a key hit last night. Went the other way, Mark Grace, driving a ball to left. That one, though, he just got buried with a pitch in. But in the entire at bat, as you like to tell us about, it's a couple of strikes right down the heart that he took, not that last one. Let's quickly take a look at the defense for the Houston Astros. Something Mike McNally over there knows nothing about, director of media relations. It's Michaels, Bourne, and it's Pence. Masonette, Tejada, Queta, and Berkman. Ivan Rodriguez catches Brian Moeller. Pudge Rodriguez, when this game becomes official, 2,225 played. The next game in which he plays, he will tie Carlton Fisk for number 1 all time. As that one is high. 1-0 the count. Pudge was saying before the game that he was honored to have, for 2 reasons, a teammate on hand today, as Aaron Boone is here, Bob Boone's son, not on the active roster. But because Aaron is here, he is honored, number 1, because he's Bob's son and he's tying him, but much more importantly, as Pudge said, that he's here, period. Aaron, earlier this season, had to undergo heart surgery. We're going to hear from Aaron a couple of times today and give his perspective on his dad. Good breaking ball.
One of the better guys in the game, Aaron Boone.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Oh.
We, and you know me in the interviews, I won't take no for an answer. Well, he didn't give a no. The problem for Aaron was he showed up and I was waiting on him. So you'll see the interview in street clothes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay.
That's okay because you're not surprised he'd do that. Just come right out. That one is outside. 2-2 the count. Another catcher and a backstop, Chris Snyder. Just gives perspective as he just begins his career what those three have accomplished. But today, for Ivan Rodriguez, once this game gets to an official status, he will tie Bob Boone on that games caught list. His son Aaron remembers the work ethic for Dad and what today means.
I reflect back on it too because I have the memories of being at that game and now as a player appreciating all the work and the good fortune that goes into be able to play that many games, especially behind the plate. So to see Pudge be able to do it, I think I have more of an appreciation now for it. And like you said, I think these records are all made to be broken, and it creates a whole celebration and a memory for me and for you of what we remember about it.
That's very well said. You wouldn't expect anything less from Aaron Boone. The most important thing is that he's still with us.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right. We'll hear from Aaron again in a little bit, but he hopes to play again this year. He is going to be cleared very soon to become active. And doesn't know how much longer he'll go after that, though. Another chance over there, boy, in the press box. What happened? You can see better than I.
Once again, Mike McNally down on the ground, running from the foul ball.
Unbelievable. And then just judging people.
That's embarrassing. He is embarrassing the organization by continually. Look at this.
Billy Buckner, did he do it? That's a fair ball. Chris Snyder. Chip Hale says, all right, I'm sending you. Come on down. And he's out. Snyder out at the plate. The relay, they took a chance after the base hit by Billy Buckner. And then a couple of catchers in the end met up. Head Brown and Superstition Springs and Bob. Triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Great taste. Less filling. Oh, for you, Gracie. Look at that.
What we got?
Halloween in June, meaning the pumpkins have come to town. The orange Astros uniforms. Halloween in June. We talked about that Friday night, Gracie. Do you remember last year when we ran into Lou Piniella, and he was calling
hitting
it
up there in the pumpkins.
Our key to the game, by the way, on Friday night was beware of the pumpkin. So it made its way back.
Was it pronounced pumpkins or pumpkins?
Pumpkin. We told the story. Told the story of Lou.
Oh, Lou was heated. Lou was heated at his team. Batting practice. Yeah, every one of them up there hitting it up there in the pumpkins. Then the game comes.
Lou, it's oranges.
Exactly.
You mean
Minute Maid oranges?
He was heated last year?
Oh, he was hot.
Or this year?
Good point.
Either one. Either one. It worked out okay in the end for him last year.
Up in the pumpkins.
1-0 the count to Michael Bourne. Ian. Bourne walked, eventually scored back in the first inning. His 20 steals, lead in the National League. 16 infield hits to lead the National League. And you can officially say that when this young man makes more contact, which he is, his on base is .365, and he leads the league in infield hits, he's developing. He's doing what they hoped he would do.
Buckner again throwing a lot of off-speed stuff to Bourne. And because of that, falling behind. He's 3-1 right now.
1 home run. Long racing, cannot get there is Eric Burns. But your point was just proven. That was a fastball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was well located.
Yeah, but he just took a little defensive swing at a 3-1 pitch right there. A guy like this, a burner. Boy, you hate to just give him a free pass. You got to make him earn his way on base. He's not a bad hitter at all, hitting .289. That's what you got to do. Make him swing the bat. Nice play there by Weitzel.
A very nice play. Don't forget to browse from the largest selections of authentic team gear, official hats, t-shirts, jerseys, and collectibles like the D-backs wear, or the Astros wear for that matter if that's your team. Get team gear straight from the source. Hop online, dbacks.com/shop. Almost an in-between hop there, Gracie, for Weitzel. A nice play.
Yeah, nice little backhand. He's backing up. Now the short hop to the backhand side. Step on the bag. Nicely done.
And out of Southern Cal, Loyola Marymount is where he played. As that one is sit on the ground is Stephen Drew. He will admit to you, Josh Weitzel, as Tejada is retired, that defense was not his strong point. He DH'd and pitched in college, and he has put in a concerted effort over the last 12 months to try to get better defensively.
Was he like Pablo Sandoval in Little League? Didn't
Go
play
sit
defense?
by his mom?
Just didn't play defense. Hit.
He wanted to hit. He's wearing all, black shoes.
He's got the black shoes.
Nope, Mom, just want to hit.
Son, well, the team needs you out there to nope. Nope, don't want to. Got an apple?
The 0-1. 0-2.
There's the corner there. Doug Eddings starting to open it up a little bit.
The 0-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it. And you think of like snacks at a ball game, apples, Rice Krispie treats, Capri drinks.
Oh yeah, my children. I think when I was a kid, we just had to go to the water fountain.
That's exactly right.
That's all we had. That water that tastes like a mop. Remember that stuff?
Oh, I certainly do.
Huh. Tasted just like the pipe it was coming out of.
Oh, but if you won, you got to have one of those drinks with every soda mixed together. It was
Suicides.
Oh, man.
Loved those.
And the grape and the orange and the cola and the Dr. Pepper and the lemonade. All in there in one. Every one of them. Breaking ball belted left field. Eric Burns going back to the wall, and it's gone.
Well, Billy Buckner's hung 2 breaking balls, and both of them have been hit in awfully long ways. just a. Oh, goodness. Those go a long ways, folks.
2 of the 5 balls hit in the air today by these Astros have been home runs. Another has been a double, but 2 of the 5 have been homers. And so far, Buckner this year, a ground ball pitcher. His home run fly ball rate, in other words, the amount of balls that get up in the air that go out, alarming. As that one is wide. About 14% of all balls that go in the air are homers. League average about 7.
So you're saying he doesn't really behoove himself by getting fly balls?
And
keep it on the ground?
No, well, and when he's right, he does keep it on the ground. But just too many long balls. That's 8 home runs given up already this year.
This won't be a long ball.
It will not. On this Sunday, we will learn, and it's time to go inside the teaching. It's time for D-Back to Basics.
Welcome back to D-Back to Basics. I'm Darren Sutton. Of course, you know camp guy Jeff Roden. This time, we have a special. On D-Back to Basics. Are you interested in improving your baseball and softball skills? Well, then contact the D-Backs training centers at dbacks.com/camps or call 1-800-821-7152.
On this Sunday, we love to talk a little baseball, teaching the game, and we thank Greg Swindell. Matt Williams will join us. Tom Candiotti, as you've seen before. Mark Grace recorded some teaching segments. D-Back to Basics. We trust you're having a great weekend and a great summer, kids. Enjoying your family and your friends. Maybe some camps. Maybe a D-Backs camp. Felipe Lopez has a different look to this game. Instead of 3-2, 4-2 with the long ball. So Mark Grace, a little bit taller mountain to climb one more time. Lopez flied to right field in the first inning. He gave it a ride, though, to the base of the wall when Hunter Pence. This one in on the hands, fights it off, it's down. Easing in the first is Lopez with a single. But Lopez, I'll tell you, he has 6 hits in this series now. 6. He's 1 for 2 today.
Fastball stays in on him. He just fights it off.
Here's Eric Burns. One 1-0 the count to Eric. He walked and scored back in the first inning. 3 home runs in his career against Houston pitching. .261 career hitter against the Astros. That's 20 games. Justin waits on deck. Well, if you're anything, the hope as Burns tries to permanently pull out of the funk he's been in and keep things fair driving the ball. The hope is maybe you get a few more fastballs with Upton behind you. Bouncing ball. 1, 2. A double play. So 2 outs. And now Justin Upton one more time. The turn by Moeller.
Yeah, just a one hopper right back to the box. Perfectly turned by the Houston Astros. And Burns' struggles continue.
Justin Upton flied out to center field back in the first inning. The National League Player of the Month in the month of May has been a little bit quieter here in June thus far. That one dives low just below the strike zone. Last time out for Moeller. He went 3 innings against the Cubs, gave up 8 hits. It was a tough day. 5 runs overall. He lost 7-1. He's only had a quality start this year in 2 of his 9 starts, as that one is away.
I saw Ubaldo Jimenez help the Colorado Rockies win their 10th in a row last night. He went 9 innings, won complete game, gave up 4 runs, got the win 6-4.
But
it'll probably cost him money because he won't get a quality start out of it.
That's too bad he couldn't have a quality start. He just could have gone 3 fewer innings and given up 1 less run.
Yeah. That's how dumb that statistic is.
I see your side. Pitcher Russ Ortiz looks on. He's been pitching a little bit better of late. Not many quality starts per se, but a lot better.
9 innings, 4 runs.
Right, that's no. That is away. That's where you get me, and that's why you go back to that argument, because you know that's the one that gets me. That one sticks in my craw. Because you're right. That's what sticks in my craw. You're right with that one. The pitcher in me understands that you're right. You go 9. I don't care really what happens.
Yeah, that win will cost him an arbitration next year because it wasn't a quality start. It'll go down as a non-quality start.
It's raining in Colorado right now, by the way, but it's 7-1 Colorado over Seattle.
Looking for 11 in a row.
That one is outside. Upton earns himself a walk. That was interesting. He laid the bat down at home plate. Pudge Rodriguez walked up and immediately flipped it away. A little bit of give and take there, I think. We saw, remember, David Ross chirp a little bit at Justin Upton when he didn't lay the bat down but tossed it a bit over his head after the walk. That time Pudge said, no, out, and he tossed it to the dugout. Gamesmanship. It's fun to watch. Stephen Drew will be planning on and expecting another home run here from Drew.
Really?
Well, got to tie the game up. Your gal from Salt Lake City was saying rally from down 3.
Rally from down 3. What a sweet lady Gladys was. Ooh, boy, he had a home run rip at it, Darren.
He certainly did. Gladys loved this one, though.
Fastball in. He just pulled his arms in nice in. Drove it way out of here. Steven had a couple of good pitches to hit there. Fouled them both back. You can see he's a little bit disgusted with himself.
Yeah, the edge meter has been ratcheted up for him because of his expectations. He's been getting it done a lot more. Now for Steven, it's not like Justin. It's a different kind of edge. It's just you actually see some sort of reaction. At all.
At all.
That man.
Justin will let you know how he's feeling.
Exactly how he's feeling.
He's not a difficult read at all. Steven, on the other hand, you can't tell if he's on a 30-game hitting streak or if he's over his last 50.
Boy, 0 for 50. That'd be tough. Reaches out on a changeup. A.J. Hinch, the skipper of this club, joining us in just a moment. Skipper A.J. Hinch comments on that subject.
Yeah, I think both. The off day and the 9 innings by Heron is huge because we're fully loaded and able to go to anybody, anytime during the game that we're needed to.
Looks like you're going to have to win a slugfest today, yeah?
Yeah, I think we're going to. I mean, it's going to be a game where both teams are putting up good at-bats and battling against these guys, and both bullpens are ready to go, so it'll be play from behind.
How proud are you of what Chris Young has done over the last 7 or 8 days?
Well, I mean, even the last 3 weeks with him, with the way he's been determined, the way he's been working, he's able to make a change in his hand placement, and he's playing better baseball and looks a lot more confident.
Thank you, Skipper.
Go get him, Skipper.
We'll see you later.
A.J. Hinch, the manager of the Diamondbacks, a moment ago, as Gracie said accurately, if it's to be a win, it'll have to be a slugfest. Breaking ball, that's a foul ball or a fair ball? Foul ball there. That's the call for the home plate umpire until it crosses the bag, and Doug Eddings said foul ball. Eddings, Jim Reynolds, Brian Knight, and Dana DeMuth at third base. He's our crew chief. Pudge popped up to third base. Nice play by Mark Reynolds back in the first inning. Reached that glove up over the area where the fans sit.
Good sinker there.
Good.
Down he goes.
Anxious. Look forward to seeing more of those. And I am told, Gracie, that this is a trivia question that you'll like.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Name the 7 switch hitters to hit 300 home runs. There are 7 of them that have hit 300 home runs.
I bet you I can name them.
All right.
So I shouldn't. Maybe we should just let the folks at home. Or do you want to do it?
No. I think you should name them.
Okay. I'll start with the great Mickey Mantle. And I will continue with the great Eddie Murray. And I will continue with the great Chipper Jones. Has Lance gotten there yet? I don't think Lance has gotten there yet, has he? Or, okay, I'll guess Lance Berkman.
He got there yesterday.
Okay. Ah, that's true.
And if not, he would have gotten there earlier today. So that is a good guess. 3 left, my friend.
3 left.
And you are really coming strong. Fresh off a flight from Cleveland, bringing it. Bouncing ball, Steven sets, fires, and in time for the out. It's one of those questions, too, that to pass some time on a plane.
How about
second baseman Matt Peta?
I'm obviously missing some obvious ones, aren't I?
Well, yes and no. I mean, yes and no. Nothing is obvious, Mark Grace. You've done very well so far. You've gotten 4. Here's Matt Cata.
How about Matt Cata?
No, neither Matt Cata or Matt Vasgersian. So neither one of those Matts.
I see nothing's changed there.
Nothing has changed. They are really down on him in the truck. Baseball's host. 1-1 the count. But that's all right. 4-2 the score. And the play is made. Billy Buckner, a quick inning, 1-2-3. Good to see for the right-hander.
Foundation. All right, Zach, take it away.
Let's answer our Aflac trivia question, and a good one. The best power hitting switch hitters of all time.
Well, we got to have my buddy Chili Davis.
There
on
you
there.
go. And a good name there, Reggie Smith. Ruben Sierra in there as well, and of course Lance Berkman. That is a who's who.
Some darn good ones there.
Well, and what it does is it certainly does not diminish the accomplishments of the other two, but it makes you even stand up and pay homage more so to the amount of home runs hit by Mickey Mantle and Eddie Murray as switch hitters. I mean, noticeably ahead. Pitch dives down and away. 1-1 the count. Somebody's going to hit that sign. Somebody is going to hit the hit it here sign.
You think so, huh?
I think so.
This inning, huh?
Well, somebody. Maybe this inning, but sometime. It has to happen. If it is drilled by Mark Reynolds. Our Gila River Casino's hit and win sign, $360,000.
That's a lot of iron.
Yeah, Marcy Colehep is playing for $360,000. dbacks.com/hit and win if you're looking for more information. The 2-1. He drives it to deep left field. He was way up front, but it's way out of here. You never know the road you take, but as long as you reach the destination, it works out just fine. We compared him to Carlos Lee coming on the air, and he backs it up already in this game.
Well, he gets a changeup from Brian Moeller. And he gets way out in front with the feet, but watch the hands stay back. And when the hands stay back, he can still get it through the zone, and he just crushes it to left field. No doubt about that one.
Mark Reynolds a home run every 19 at bats. A homer every 19 at bats. Lee a homer every 20 at bats.
Boy, he's having a heck of a year.
Right to third base. So Chris Young is erased. El Caballo looking on. It's a different road map, there's no doubt. That was great stuff, Grace, you were talking about.
That's still pretty good right there.
Which parts?
Just, I mean, everything. I like where the head is. Look at the straight line. Everything's going right towards the baseball. And way out of here. Oh, some tough luck here. Line out after the home run.
You talk about the two guys. Mark Reynolds strikes out 33% of the time. Carlos Lee 12% of the time. MLB average about 18%. Again, they both arrive at the same destination. Lee makes contact 85% of the time. Mark Reynolds 62% of the time.
Which is a very low number.
Major League average is 80.
Well, I love it when you guys go to the numbers.
I knew you would.
I love that.
I knew you would. You were fired up. You were talking numbers all the way across the country.
62% of the time.
This is what we were talking about.
It just tells the whole story.
This is what we were talking about right there.
Yeah, that's more stuff I can get my hands around.
How about this?
All the percentages and stuff like that. No.
What else would you like to hear?
Nothing more, to be honest with you.
How about the whiff rate?
Whiff rate?
Yes.
Is that how many times he swings and misses?
Just clearly swings and misses. Want to hear it? Yeah. Gladys, do you think she'd want to hear it?
I think she'd want to hear it.
Fans, how about a nice round of applause?
They both drive in runs.
Zach Phillips.
Nah, we'll leave it. Go look it up. BaseballReference.com. Mark Reynolds drives one out of here. And we are glad to be joined up in the broadcast booth by Executive Vice President and General Manager Josh Burns on this Sunday. First of all, thanks for coming up. We appreciate it.
Good to be here. Thanks.
Explain to us how you think the draft went for you guys overall.
I thought it went very well. We really put a lot of time into it. It's exhausting at the end, ranking those players, developing a little bit of strategy. But we got a lot of position players, which we need, and two guys who've been out here already, Matt Davidson yesterday and Mark Krause today, and big, strong guys with good swings. And, it's good to have all those picks. We were able to take a few more risks, but also take some guys who have a high probability of getting to the big leagues and having value.
Is that something you thought for pretty much the entire calendar year, Josh, is we might want to go offense this draft?
Yeah, I think so. It's really hard to find hitters, maybe harder than ever. And, with guys like Matt Davidson and Mark Krause, like I said, big, strong guys, very simple swings. At the level they've been at, they perform very well. A.J. Pollock, our the 17th pick, had a great cape and obviously can play defense, play center. And then Bobby Borchering, a switch hitter with big power. So it was probably a preference as we put the board together. All of a sudden, it became apparent that these guys, we could get a lot of them. Let's go ahead and do it.
Pitches away. Want to know the count to Brian Moeller. You get asked a lot of questions, and I'm not asking to ask you the question, but wondering how you handle the question when a team is below 500. The national media constantly reaches out to general managers and wants to know where they stand. And for some reason, you have to be in one camp or the other, buyer or a seller. How do you handle those questions?
Well, it is a prevalent question. We've played better the last month or so. 500, not good enough. We feel like we've had a chance to get hot and start moving towards real contention. We haven't quite gotten there. We've lost some games we should have won. We've scored runs. We're second in the league in runs the last month. You'd like to say we're going to hang on, get better, win some of these games, win a series like we should be able to today, and build some momentum, get healthy, and we still got a lot of season left. So we're not gonna sell off prematurely. To the extent we have to make decisions geared towards the future, we're going to wait a little longer until we have to do that.
I would imagine this will be a very unique year for whoever makes decisions one side or the other, correct?
It is. For one, there's a lot of parity in the game. There's a lot of teams that have made late charges even after July 31st, and the economics affect it. I think part of every trade is how much money you're taking on. And
I think that's why I was asking you that.
And also, don't forget, guys, look what Colorado's done. In
Sure.
10 days, they've gotten themselves right back in contention.
No question.
It can happen.
And that's where, if we don't blow a couple of those leads in the last few weeks, we have a 14-7 stretch, and we're starting to inch our way back. And now you're at 500, late June, July. Now you're in striking distance. But we need to close that ground. We need to win games like today and get our way back there. It's nice to win, 5, 10 in a row. That's an easy way to do it. We just need to keep winning series.
The 1-1 pitch to Bourne. How are you feeling about your clubhouse? How are you feeling about your manager and the way things are progressing?
I think better. We've played better. We've been in games. I think when you score runs, it feels like there's a little more life to the team. I think now we're frustrated that we're just not winning some games we should.
Can you stay here for one more half minute?
Absolutely.
Executive Vice President and General Manager Josh Burns joining us. He'll stay with us. We'll talk with him more right after this. Mark Grace, I'm Darren Sutton. Trust you're having a good weekend. We want to ask you about Brandon Webb right away. We almost went too far. What is the latest to the moment on the ace right-hander?
He threw today. He felt good. We still haven't gotten him on a mound. Hopefully that's soon, in the next week or so. Obviously that's a big next step. But, you know, we've been pretty careful here. He's been out throwing beyond 200 feet. He's thrown a lot of flat ground bullpens. When we go, we don't want any more hiccups along the way. So he's feeling better, and hopefully the next week or so he gets on a mound.
I told our viewers the other day 2 words that I was most tired of: flat ground.
Yeah.
You have to be tired of that.
No, it's the old saying. When's the guy healthy? When he's activated.
Yeah.
So we'll keep working our way towards that day.
Yeah, you have had one of those years, and you don't allow it to be an excuse. AJ doesn't, but one of those years where you've missed key players in spurts, and it's cost you time. Heck, you have another guy with, of all things, Valley fever and Connor Jackson, and that's something that you can't deal with regard to rehab. You can't really. You just have to let it speak to you. It has to be frustrating.
Yeah, losing Webby and Connor in particular, we really felt that. But, you know, every team has injuries, and in Webby's absence, our starting pitching has been pretty good. Obviously, it'd be a lot better with him. But you know, how you win a game, we score enough, we catch the ball, and we shut it down at the end. I think we've been in striking distance a lot this last month. And as I said in the previous inning, we probably should be better than 14-14 in our last 28.
Felipe Lopez takes a pitch. It's a strike. 0-1 the count.
Let's just talk about some of the acquisitions you made. Like, for instance, pleasant surprise, wouldn't you say, with what Felipe Lopez has done?
He's had a really good year for us, and you know, he can hit. He's set the tone at the top of the order, and you know, he was a guy. It worked out well in the offseason in a very tight economic time.
Right.
We were the right team at the right price, and he set a good example for our younger hitters. I think how to deliver quality at bats every night. You know, both how he prepares and how he competes every night in the batter's box.
How is Tom Gordon coming along? We left him out of that list, and I haven't asked you yet. Speaking of acquisition.
Yeah, he's still a little cranky with both leg and arm. He's getting a little better. He's I think kind of asserting himself as a veteran leader. He's got a kangaroo court going down there, and that was part of the value of having him. Is hopefully he could perform for us, but also be a leader for us.
Pudge took one hard there.
Pudge, let's all you men turn away.
Oh, it's a shot, huh?
Close your eyes, men.
Oh boy.
Do we have to show that?
I didn't heed your advice.
There's nothing
Gracie.
funny about that. But even the great ones are going to have to take a rest on that one.
And on the day that he steps one step closer to history and he ties Bob Boone, he's reminded that he's a catcher. Simply put, he's just reminded that he's a catcher.
I think
oh boy!
Hey, tell her. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm glad he's smiling. You know, last year we went through the Chris Snyder situation.
Oh, that's
where
scary.
No man should ever have to endure that.
Yeah, in all seriousness, Josh, it can be scary. I mean, Chris Snyder's was very scary last year.
Yeah, even Chris Snyder, we were looking at Ramon Hernandez, I think the previous year had that type of injury, so it's very sensitive.
I bet you that's
his
the
teammates
backup.
aren't sensitive.
That's probably the backup catcher.
Humberto Quintero.
Yeah, better you than me.
They were checking on Pudge there a minute ago. So Lopez digs back in.
I'll bet you this won't be a breaking ball.
No.
I have a feeling a fastball's coming. Pudge
he called a breaking ball.
Is he coming right back with it?
Yeah. And he bounced it.
And he blocked it. Came up with it clean.
We've talked. I want to get, before we lose you here, I want to get you in on this conversation we had coming on the air, comparing run production of Reynolds and Lee this year and the second years in the career of each, and how they both just get there in such different ways, Josh. I mean, one is clearly a guy who battles the strikeouts. One doesn't strike out at all, but they both have the same kind of production and power, and they're both run producers.
They are different. That's part of the fun of the game, and it's why losing Connor Jackson hurt us, because his skill set's a nice contrast to some of our other hitters. But you know, Mark scores runs and drives in runs, and that's the name of the game.
Yeah, some kind of a special year. Thank you for coming by, updating us on everyone, and get all those guys healthy, okay?
Thanks, Aaron.
Josh.
Thanks,
All
Grayson.
right. Josh Burns joining us. More baseball right after this from Chase. Ride Now Power Sports, great partners. The pool camp, everyone having fun out there by the pool. And you know the deal. If you like to heat your pool at home, no better way to do it than install solar panels on your roof at home. Well, you can cut those energy bills dramatically. APS Rooftop Solar Cam. I want to encourage you, if you're able to, install those solar panels, have them installed on top of your roof. Go green, make your energy bill much more manageable. Miguel Tejada against Billy Buckner. You don't mind the life on a pitch like that as he dives it inside. 1-0 the count. Yeah, it was good to have the general manager in for 48 seconds during those two
awfully
innings.
Quick innings. Diamondbacks and Astros just couldn't get their at-bats over quick enough.
Oh, my
nice
goodness.
breaking ball. I like to say, oh, dear, on those.
You know what I like most about the conversation, though, by the way? And it's not like we're talking behind his back, folks. He has a TV right there in his booth. What I like most about it is that he says, all right, I like some of what I'm seeing, but not good enough. Essentially, I mean, that's what I heard. Not good enough. We need to be playing better. Certainly improvement, not what he expects more.
Well, I think
as we all do.
Everybody does, yeah. Hopefully, the players will feed off some of this accountability. That's the bottom line. Front office, players, coaches, managers. First thing you need to be is accountable for your actions. Everybody's trying. Everybody's trying to win a championship. The Diamondbacks, the Astros, every player. But this is a results league. Trying, yeah, that's great. Get out there and try. But you got to get the results as that was drilled down the outfield line.
Took that breaking ball right out of the catcher's mitt. Upton barehands it and shoots it back in.
Right fielder Hunter Pence.
Well, that's just beautiful hitting right there. No chance for White's on, then the race is on.
One-0 the count. 4-3 the score. that one is low to Hunter Pence. Here's our Firestone leaderboard, and this is fewest 3-game winning streaks in the baseball.
Where are we coming up with some of these? Fewest 3-game winning streaks.
That's not a list you want to be on, Gracie.
Well, no.
I don't know if you knew that.
I've just never known it to be a category.
We have some stats for you today.
Yeah.
You and, what was it, Gladys?
Sure, I'm missing Cleveland. Yeah, you guys are just overrunning me with stats.
I wanted to make sure we had you dialed into that. Really excited. We know that one of your favorite things are, well, not just stats, but really deep stats. Now, is Gladys, your friend on the flight home, the big Diamondbacks fan from Salt Lake City, is she a hardcore statistician, or is she kind of old school?
No, that's why we got along better. She's more of an old school.
And a walk there.
She didn't bore me with swing percentages and whiff rates and all that stuff. She was more of a traditional baseball fan. Runs, hits, and errors. Who scores the most runs?
Like, would she have been excited about a hitter's 300th and then his 300th and first home run? Would she have been excited about that?
Of course she would.
History, right?
Yeah, she's a historian. She's a fan of Lance Berkman. And she also rattled off all those switch hitters with 300 or more home runs. She got Ruben Sierra. I was surprised about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's more of a historian. History tells people like myself and Gladys that Billy Buckner needs to come up with something special here to keep this game at a 4-3 ball game.
Yeah, and his back is firmly planted against the wall right now because Lance Berkman has settled in and is ready to eat as that one is away. 1-0 the count. Guys like Lance Berkman, guys like Mark Grace, they could sniff out a pitcher that was starting to feel the nerves and tighten up a little bit. And you guys take advantage of situations like that.
Absolutely. You can read body language. You can read what he's throwing. Like right now, Buckner's going to have to get fortunate here. First and second, nobody out, and a 2-0 count on Lance Berkman. If he throws a strike, it's going to get hit. He needs it to be at somebody, and he misses again with a fastball. So Buckner officially asking for it here.
Three and 0 the count. Bullpen getting loose. You got to go get him.
I don't think you can leave him out there any longer.
Wayne Boyer's warming in the pen. You have a bullpen that has been bailed out by the starting rotation to the tune of 16 innings pitched. You have an off day tomorrow. We're checking right now to see.
Snyder going to go out and take a little time. Doug Eddings going to break it up. Yeah, AJ has no choice. He's going to have to get Buckner out of there. Back-to-back walks. It's going to bring in Blaine Boyer.
Diamondbacks just defeated North Carolina. Cole Calhoun, the big blast, a 3-run shot. Mom and Dad, Greg and Teresa, how proud are they? He was born in Tempe, Arizona in October 1987, and this is the ball game. So 1-0 in the College World Series. Congratulations to the ASU Sun Devils. Cole Calhoun.
Wow, you came up with Mom and Dad's names, too. That's big league.
Kind of a college thing.
Wow. Well, good for ASU. And it's going to have to be really good for Blaine Boyer here for the Diamondbacks to stay in this one. He's going to face Pudge. See if he's recovered from his little mishap there from the last inning.
He'll be just fine. The 1-0. Oh, my.
He went right down the middle with a fat. And that's the thing. Sometimes you just have to do that, Darren, and take your chances, because back-to-back walks got him from Billy Buckner, got him into this mess. I'm sure when Boyer took the mound, A.J. handed him the ball, and he probably just said, thanks. Bases loaded, nobody out, and facing a Hall of Famer.
St. Louis and Atlanta, both teams in the big leagues for Blaine Boyer this year, as that sinking fastball just missed. 2-1 the count. For Boyer, it's never been a question of stuff. Obviously, he is on his third major league club this season already. It's been a question of taking that stuff, refining it, and using it. I mean, 93 with sink, there's a lot of pitchers who would pay good money to have that.
Mm-hmm. And a good curveball as well behind it.
Two and one the count with the bases loaded. There's the curveball.
What a curveball that was. In a gutsy situation. You miss with a breaking ball now, you fall behind 3-1. That's asking for it. Boy, that one just buckled Pudge. What a pitch. You come back with it, Darren?
Yeah. Sure. Bounce it, though.
You want to bounce it?
Yep. He went on the side of a fastball. 3-2 the count.
That's the thing. If you bounce it there, you go to 3-2.
Hit a swung.
Oh, okay.
Inherited runners in the National League. The Diamondbacks have inherited 97, their bullpen. 41 have scored. 42%.
That's a lot.
That is the highest total in the National League. The bases are full. That's not good news. The 3-2. Line out to center field. Now the run will score, but minimizing damage.
We'll take that.
You bet you will. Now for a guy who can get a ground ball out with that sinking fastball, the hope is that's where it stops. But Pudge with an RBI 26 on the year.
It'll go down as a sac fly. It was more of a sacrifice line drive.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're Blaine Boyer and the Diamondbacks, you take that because no other runners were able to move up. So now you're a ground ball away from getting out of this thing.
Trying to bail out Billy Buckner a bit. Here's Jason Michaels. Over the top, looked like a slider that he backed up on. 0-1 to count. Carlos Lee, by the way, if you're just joining us, had a cramp in his calf area last night, enough to cost him a starting assignment today. So Michaels is out there for him. There's El Caballo, or Ferdinand the Bull, as my partner likes to call him.
On defense.
Yes.
Out in left field.
He's a hard charger on offense.
Oh, no. Oh, on offense, absolutely. He's a lightning bolt. But defense, he likes to, kind of like Ferdinand the Bull out in left field. He just likes to lay out there and smell the flowers.
He showed us that yesterday in the play.
Did he?
Oh, you betcha.
Did you drop Ferdinand on him?
I don't remember if I did or not. It's not really appropriate without you here. Boy, a big jump and no one covering. Boy, Chris Snyder visibly pointing out to the bag at second base. Can't overlook this, as if to say somebody needed to be there.
Well, I'm sure it's Felipe Lopez because Playing to pull. Yeah, Felipe's close to the bag. Yeah, there was nobody there.
Can't miss that, folks.
Chris Snyder vehemently wishing he had somebody to throw to.
Well, the double play is gone. Frustrated that no one was covering. Frustrated, I would imagine, Boyer. They took off, to be fair, on Boyer. They had a huge jump on Boyer.
I don't know if they'd have been able to get Berkman at second base anyway. But the bottom line is, well, the bag needs to be covered there by Felipe Lopez. I think he was worried about vacating his spot, not opening up the hole on the right side.
The 1-2.
Boy, he went right down the middle with a fastball. He tried to come in. He got away with that one, did Blaine Boyer.
None too pleased. The 1-2. Pitches away. One more time at the jumps they had on Boyer here. They were big jumps on Blaine Boyer. Especially the taking off to third. Well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because Berkman obviously pulled up because he saw nobody was covering. So, well, you still got to be there. That's the bottom line.
Good fastball. Oh, Gracie.
Oh, there's Big Red. Oh, well, I wonder what Big Red's doing here.
It's Baxter's birthday party today.
Is it really?
Oh, you bet.
Oh,
didn't you bring him a gift from Cleveland?
No.
Bouncing ball into center field. One run will score, and that's all that will score. And now you get to where you're concerned about the opportunities, as you felt the same way last night with the Diamondbacks creeping back in. Bang, the Astros add on.
Just a good at-bat there from Michaels, driving it right back up the box. Two of those inherited runners have scored, Darren Sutton. Just a breaking ball, and Michaels just drives it right back up the box. Just easy pickings right there. Those are the freebies that you get.
So that's 2 of the 3 so far. That's above what they average.
And there's still just 1 out. An opportunity here for Matt Queta is Ferdinand.
He's a little tired. They had an early kind of a pre-party for Baxter. Started after midnight last night because your birthday starts on midnight.
Right.
Carlos was there. We had a good time, so he's a little sleepy.
He's a little gassed. There's all his buddies.
I mean, they're worn out as well.
Coyotes here. I believe that's
Howler. Not quite sure.
Howler's there.
Quite true. That is on the far right. Big Red's had it.
Big Red's done.
Oh, is that Mercury? That's a Mercury mascot. It was funny too. Baxter had all the mascots loaded into an elevator over at a local hotel, high rise for the gathering. He pushed every button.
Oh,
Baxter did. They had to stop every.
Had to stop it. It's an old trick.
We were talking about Cole Calhoun hitting that home run. And Sparky got work.
Sparky was fired up, huh?
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, it's good to see. He made it that quickly all the way back from Omaha. There's Howler. What's the Mercury's name? Scorch? I think it's Scorch.
Well done.
Yeah. That's it. Oh, I miss Scorch.
On a backhand, Lopez. The flip, a double play. 2 runs across the plate, though. Not as much of a party right now, though. Those guys are having fun. Every floor they stopped at.
He is fit to be tied.
So Justin Upton to lead things off. Let's see if that fire right now that is down inside of that home dugout can be converted into some energy and some offense. He goes over the signs with Boyer now.
Yeah. Now it's back time. Yeah, now it's back time to get with your pitcher and say, okay, this is what we need to do here. I like a guy that doesn't enjoy losing. That pitch was down. Justin Upton fit to be tied right now with home plate umpire Doug Eddings.
Meantime, Brian Moeller coming into this ball game has an opponent's batting average of .344. His ERA this year is 6.95. The one thing the Diamondbacks make sure that they have to do is you see the Quest high-speed internet pitch speed. It's Brian Moeller and Billy Buckner. They've got to take advantage. This is a guy that will tell you they should take advantage of.
Absolutely. These are the guys that you make your living against. You know, the Roy Oswalds are not the guys you make your living. They make their living off you. But you know, journeyman guys like Brian Moeller that have been getting hit and getting hit hard this year. These are guys you have to have a little more than 5 hits against here in the 6th inning.
That's a foul ball. John Roush warms in the pen. Well, each time we see him, he'll still tell you his ERA looks a little bit too high. But each time we see him, it gets lower and lower and lower. It's been a nice run for him. Justin's going to see a changeup, see if he can stay back. A perfectly located pitch on 0-2. The lone National League Series this weekend. Everybody else doing the interleague thing. The 1-2. Got it. Slider. And Upton goes down on strikes.
Yeah, Justin chased one down and away.
Shortstop Stephen Drew.
He's had a tough day. Stephen Drew's going to step in. Another home run in the first, a 2-run homer got the Diamondbacks right back in things, but Houston has since stretched it out.
One and 0 the count to Stephen Drew. That one is fouled off. Stephen Drew, the long ball, the big fly back in the first inning.
He got a fastball in and just pulled his hands in nicely and crushed it. That made it 3-2 Houston Astros. And the Astros have just picked away and now have a 3-run lead as we start to get late. It's possible to lead a cow upstairs, but not downstairs.
6 runs, 6 hits, and no errors for the Astros. 3 runs, 5 hits, and no errors for the Diamondbacks. You can see the pitch count for Mullen. Steven drives that one the other way, but there to make the play on it is Bourne. And here is Mark Reynolds.
Third baseman, Mark Reynolds.
This was in the 4th inning.
Just a change up. He loves the ball down. Over the bullpen it goes. 17 long balls.
And no one has been able to manufacture any sort of offense since that home run, that last at bat for Reynolds.
Mark Reynolds is just such an interesting hitter. Is it? Now here's the same guy who hit a home run. He missed that ball by 8 feet right there. And then kills that.
He does that. I mean, Michael Bourne turns up and looks. It's off the balcony on a line. A double for Mark Reynolds. Mark Grace, he just summed up our broadcast open right there.
He's just such an interesting and fun and exciting hitter to watch because the pitch prior to that he missed by 8 feet. And this time he gets one in the middle of the plate and just kills it. Unfortunately, it didn't get enough height. That made a sound, didn't it?
Yeah, you bet it made a sound.
Let's see if Chris Young can keep the line moving.
Trying to get something done with 2 outs. We're not letting the train get too far down the tracks. We've showed you the double. If Chris Young cooperates, just a quick reminder. Here's the pitch before Mark Grace and the double.
Yeah, this is the pitch that Mark Reynolds missed by, well, a mile. Hey, look how much he missed that ball by. And then kablooey. Same pitcher, same pitch. Except that one was hung and he killed it.
Over the outside. I mean, Reynolds right now is in the sort of run where most all of his hits right now are extra base hits. I mean, Mark Grace on Friday night, he had 4 hits. They all were extra base hits. He raised his slugging percentage in one night by 28 points. One night. Got to get to 6 runs as well. I mean, you get to 6 runs, you tie this game up, and folks around the valley enjoy a snack tomorrow.
It'll be time to eat.
You bet. Between 4 and 6, pick up a large drink. You'll get 3 free tacos.
Oh, looking forward to that. Need some runs, though.
Yeah, got to have the runs. We'll be in Kansas City, though. 2-1. 2-2 the count.
I'm sure they got some participating Taco Bells in Kansas City.
No, just a local thing.
In the DS.
Yeah, giving us Bat a little love in there, Chris Young was.
Looked like it.
Come on now. Help me out.
Come on, Bat. Treat me nice.
2-2. Outside. That pitch right there is similar to the one that Reynolds struck.
Just about, yeah. Like I said, he's just such an interesting, fun hitter to watch. Always got that puncher's chance. You know, but if you compare him to like a prize fighter, he's the guy that got the puncher's chance, but he eats a lot of blows too.
Sure. 3-2. Out front, fly ball right side. Hunter Pence is there. Moeller. Brian Moeller. Sticking it to the Diamondbacks last couple of innings. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Picking up high to the sky here at the roof, and you have to do the same thing. No matter how you look at John Roush, and we just looked at him 5 different ways. The one thing you know that he's a tall man, tallest in big league history at 6 feet 11 inches tall. The other thing you know, he's been darn good of late. He really has been.
That's about as good as you can do right there. Only a 133 opponent batting average. Promptly jumps ahead.
Why is he doing so much better as you've watched him?
Well, I think first and foremost, he's a more confident pitcher now because he's had some success. And what he's doing now, his location's just so much better. I think he's got an extra foot or two on his fastball now that he didn't have in April. And he's going to the corners.
Boy, Brian Moeller, I'll tell you what a day. Drops one down, making the big fella make the play. Snyder tries and can't. Well, not a bad idea. We talk about that a lot with Randy Johnson. You get someone, well, you describe it best, Grace. You go ahead when a guy's this tall.
I've always said when you got a big old donkey out there on the mound, if you can drop some bunts, you're going to get some base hits. Masonette doesn't run all that great, but you don't need to when you make a bunt like that. Snyder does everything he can, but Masonette beats it. That's just good baseball, Darren. Bottom line, good, smart, heads-up baseball.
For the second consecutive day, Russ Ortiz pinch hits.
Well, he can hit.
And he has him out there to bunt, no doubt about it. Certainly don't want to use Carlos Lee here. Jeff Blum has a hamstring injury. They don't want to take him off the roster. Put him on the disabled list. Keppinger came up lame a couple of days ago. You don't use Quintero, your backup catcher, so you're limited. And so Ortiz, we documented that. He certainly can hit.
Big John Roush falls behind 2-0.
The 2-0. Right there, 2-1 to count. Coop sends it out. Mr. Clark fires it over. Ortiz and Masonette take in the signs from Cecil Cooper. Had a little Brady Bunch look to it right there.
It did.
Just a moment ago. Cecil. Yeah, even better said, Hollywood Squares. But certainly a method of communication that goes on all the time in baseball. That one skitters on by Snyder.
Oh, boy. Well, there's your bunt.
Now with 2 strikes, what do you do? Still drop one down, move him to third?
Yeah, why not?
Or let Russ Ortiz try to drive one in.
Well, Russ can hit. He's hitting 267 this year. He's hit a home run.
Drive it in, huh? That's what I say.
Yeah. I think he's bunting. Have I told you I think he's bunting?
You think he's bunting?
Yeah.
I should listen to you the first 2 times. Oh, talk back. 3-2 the count.
Oh my God, that's coming on my head.
Nice play, Josh Weitzel.
Super play by Josh Weitzel. We heard some females say it's coming right at my head, but coming at the camera heads.
Brad.
Josh Weitzel knowing right where he is. Good awareness right there. Reaches over the camera, makes a nice play, and gets a big out.
Wow, how about that? Michael Bourne. And a breaking ball and a dandy from John Roush. He owes Josh Weitzel a little debt of gratitude, huh?
I think you're right. I think he might have saved his noggin. Good fastball in on the hands of Bourne from John Roush.
Well, they cheer. They're excited about that play. We know that's not Mike McNally.
No.
The director of media relations for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Yeah, Mike is about 75 yards from that foul ball, and he still ran from it.
Golly. Goodness sakes.
Hate to interrupt an ice cream. A little work.
Oh, 0-2 the count. I just took a peek over. It was Nick Piccoro that made that play. How about that?
Was it Nick that made the play?
Can you believe that? Usually, I mean, he's terrible. Really struggles. But a nice play right there by Nick. Saving Mike's bacon.
Good to see Nick comb his hair with a pork chop again today.
One and two the count.
Oh, we love Nick.
Mike keeps it closely cut.
Yeah, he keeps it tightly cropped.
Definitely better haircut. Not a better defender. The 1-2. In on the hands. Both good guys, though. They both try, and the thing that Mike struggles with is just his defensive prowess.
Yeah, and well, this is a results league, Darren. You know, we get lots of people out there to try.
Gosh. Washing machines try.
Well, yeah, they try hard.
Dishwashers.
Tomato cans.
Breaking ball. Drew can't get there. And for the second consecutive night, the Diamondbacks climb back into a game, have a sense that they may be able to fight back, only to see their bullpen hurt them. And unfortunately, it's John Roush. He has been so dependable the last couple of weeks.
The wild pitch really hurt him. Ends up scoring instead of first and second with one out. Now it's a run in and a guy on first. Well, that extra 90 feet just kills you sometimes, Darren.
So the score is 7-3.
Looking for affordable summer entertainment?
I am.
Well, come down to the air-conditioned Chase Field and enjoy a ball game. Tickets start at just $5. Plus, there are tons of D-backs value items around the ballpark, including hot dogs, popcorn, soda for just $1.50, or a nice cold beer for just $4. $4 for a beer?
Oh, you
That's
bet.
Big league. Check out all the value items at Chase Field, or learn more. Visit dbacks.com
Check it out.
/value. And you'll see those all around the stadium, right?
You bet.
To let you know that is indeed a value item.
Runner goes. Snyder this time. Lopez does cover. Snyder can't get it out of the catcher's mitt. Had a big jump again, though, on the pitcher.
Yeah, frustrating day for Chris Snyder.
And it is Michael Bourne. I mean, everything has to be perfect to throw out Michael Bourne, and it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, but here's another one you'll never know because he can't get a grip on it. I don't think it would have made much difference anyway, but that's just frustrating. Snyder's had a frustrating day as far as, oh, here we go again.
Going to third, the throw, stolen base.
That pretty much tells it all right there.
Back-to-back stolen bases, 22 this year.
Well, Big John Roush just falls asleep, and really Stephen Drew and Felipe Lopez not doing anything to keep Bourne close.
Topper, Reynolds, Bourne's coming home. Easily scores. He came right down the line with it.
That's smart. You saw Reynolds and Bourne yucking it up over there at third base. Well, Bourne just schooled Reynolds on that play. Watch him come right down the line with Mark Reynolds. And there is no chance for Weitzel once the play's made. That's a savvy play right there by Bourne. And the young third baseman just learned a lesson there.
Hunter Pence belts it. Chris Young going back. He's got room.
And the lesson learned there, they ain't your friends when they're between the lines.
No, not your friends at all.
A little fun loving there. And then the very next pitch, well, he's not your friend anymore. He just schooled you. Scoring easily on a ground ball to third base. So, like we said when we were going to break there, lesson learned there for you young players out there. Enjoy your game, enjoy your time, compete. These guys are out here to beat you. They're not out here to be your friend.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Let's take a look at our Nova Home Loans in-game box score. And you can see what has gone on to this point in the ball game. Stephen Drew with a 2-run homer. Mark Reynolds a long ball as well. Quick peek at our free creditreport.com out-of-town scoreboard. We remind you to get your free credit report and score. Go to freecreditreport.com. Know your score. And you can see some of the interleague action today. Eric Lowe, friend of the show, having a tough day. Wigington, and you can see Colorado. They're battling the rain there. Are they back playing again? Yep, they're back playing again. 10-game winning streak. Seattle Mariners, not so bueno. 7-1 the score there. And here, tough day for the Diamondbacks, boy. As that one runs away. Now the call to the bullpen has been made, Mark Grayson. First of all, how about the day for Brian Moeller?
Boy, he was good. He was real good.
Surprisingly good, huh?
6 innings, 3 runs. Yeah, that's going to earn him probably dinner and a movie from his manager, Cecil Cooper, coming in here on the road and doing what he did against a Diamondback team starting to swing the bats a little better. Never gave up the lead to the Diamondbacks once they got that 3-run homer or the 3 runs in the first inning. Diamondbacks scratched away, but he never gave up the lead. Astros have never trailed today.
Weitzel draws the walk, and so Josh is on. Jeff Fulcino, you saw him a moment ago. Those numbers are Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. In his last 10 appearances, Fulcino, 16 and a third innings, 1 run. An ERA of 0.55.
He is a large human.
Big man, huh?
Oh, really big man.
Biscuit away from what, do you think?
I'm saying he's a biscuit away from 3 bills.
Okay.
He's a big boy. Hard thrower.
Little Heath Bell going on there then, huh? Big guy, hard thrower.
Yeah. Jonathan Broxton.
Oh, now there's a name. He's the president of the Big Fellas Club.
He's the biggest man in the world. But I'll tell you what, Fulcino, he's kind of in that category of pachyderm as well.
Chris Snyder, he'd like to do something big here, I think.
Yeah, I think he's had a frustrating day. You know, the pitchers haven't held runners on very well for him today. Couldn't get a bag covered at second base. A couple of wild pitches have gotten by him. And on top of it, probably the most frustrating thing is his team's losing 8-3. And he just struck out looking. And a frustrating day. This game can be cruel. That's the bottom line. This game we love, Darren Sutton, and we love it. It's the greatest game in the world. But it can be cruel.
And today it has treated Chris Snyder that way, no doubt about it. You hope there's another opportunity for him, and his team can fight back in this game. Miguel Montero gets a chance to pinch hit. Pudge sets the defense from behind home plate, says you don't have to cover, go ahead and be off the bag. We have seen Pudge last night essentially take Chris Sampson out of the game. And as a catcher, with the time he has served, and as a leader, he's kind of the assistant principal, if you will.
I like it.
He walked out to the mound. Sampson was a little tentative the way he was approaching. Called for the trainer, called for Cecil, and Sampson was gone from the game yesterday.
That's great. It's like having another manager on the field with you. Yeah. Well, we're going to get a trip to the mound. He's going to take Fulcino out of the game?
Pudge says, wait a minute, I didn't call for this. He looks surprised. Listens in on the conversation. Yep, ask Pudge, what do you think about it? Yeah, look at he has yet. Now he speaks to the pitcher. The majority of that was to Pudge. Who today, by the way, if you're just joining us, joins Bob Boone on the all-time games caught list. 2,225. Next up, Carlton Fisk.
Tomorrow.
You bet. In their next game. They go to Texas.
Fisk, a Hall of Famer. Bob Boone, not a Hall of Famer. Is Pudge Rodriguez.
Yes.
I agree with you.
You bet. Oh, you bet. First ballot. You know, it's interesting. Boone just didn't have the offensive career that Fisk and Pudge have had, but you know, you get a conversation going with anybody, and you've kind of overlapped with players that played every day with Bob Boone. Get them going on Bob Boone. Let them know what they think.
And they will gush. Another 3-ball count here for Fulcino.
You know, we talked about it earlier. Pudge ties Bob Boone on the same day that Aaron Boone is able to start putting a uniform back on, join his Astro teammates after having to undergo heart surgery earlier this year. And it's good to see Aaron back, no doubt about it. And a day full of milestones. 24 hours full of milestones. Yep, that's 3. Get back in the dugout. The 20th, he lost his wife Gabrielle. The crowd really emotionally responded to Scott. It was a moment of bonding with the Diamondbacks left-hander, but he was very emotional afterwards when he spoke with the crowd. Our Geico quote, "I'm not used to that. Usually I'm getting booed." Coming off, I couldn't look up at anybody, and I apologize for that. But it's like the old saying, there's no crying in baseball. So I just kept my head down. Mark Grace, it was a night that certainly was disappointing in the loss, but that was a moment that you were just happy for Scott.
Exactly, Darren. In situations, you and I have never walked a mile in his shoes, and we are so thankful for that. But as far as I'm concerned, Scott Schoenweiss, the human being, is much more important than Scott Schoenweiss, the left-handed pitcher.
That's exactly right.
And you just want good things for him, not only this year but on down, because life has been certainly altered. Goodness, Clay Zavada came in and struck out Lance Berkman rather easily.
Catcher Ivan Rodriguez.
Here's Pudge Rodriguez. We were talking about Pudge earlier. And again, this club goes off to Texas. They actually have an off day tomorrow. They play Texas in interleague play. The Rangers, of course, his longtime club, promptly rolls it out to third base, where Mark Reynolds makes the play. Speaking of third base, Clay Zavada, as a lot of young players get the opportunity to do when they make it to the big leagues, and a little popularity. They're asked occasionally to stop by and do a card show, make an appearance, maybe make a few extra bucks to send back to the family business. Clay did the other day, and he was a little bit lower down on the billing, if you will, but on that same billing, chance to meet Pete Rose for Clay Zavada.
Really?
And he said it was an interesting, as you would imagine, but very unforgettable experience. He really enjoyed meeting the all-time hit king.
I've been fortunate enough to be around the all-time hit king many times. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
To quote Zavada, who puts things very blue-collar-like and simply because that was his upbringing, he said, he says it just as it is, Pete Rose. Exactly as it is. And he said, and this won't surprise you, I actually learned quite a bit from him about what hitters think, what they're thinking of me, what they think of me as a young pitcher, how they will try and get. I mean, Rose immediately engaged him in a bunch of subjects.
Oh, that's the way Pete is.
Well, how lucky for Clay Zavada.
Exactly. Clay Zavada maybe got a little extra couple feet on the fastball from Charlie Hustle. He's throwing some fastballs by guys.
Two-two. On the side of that pitch, 3-2 the count. Did a little feature with him on dbacks.com the other day. Clay was talking about when he was drafted in the 30th round. He and his dad, who has since passed away, were both working together, shift work. Zavada said, I went in, I immediately quit my job, thanked him for the time. My dad clocked out, and we both went down to the local pub and had a beer together. That's Clay Zavada.
My kind of guy.
player is Chris Young, number 24. I go to every Sunday game, every Sunday home game that we play here. I love to go to the D-backs games because I love to see the D-backs win. Woo!
Don't forget, Kidcaster. The demos were today. Mark Grace and I will sit down and look at the participants. That young gal doing a great job. He and I will select who will be joining us up here in the booth.
We're tough judges.
So look forward to seeing those. Those will have to be forwarded on to us on the road. We'll sit down. We'll make our decision. For the Kidcaster, it's always a treat. September the 13th, right there outside of Gate A in the same spot. Get there at about 11, September the 13th, and you can try out again. We have a boatload of tape, Gracie, that you and I have to look at. As that one is in. Kind of took this one in-house, Gracie, for the rest of the year. Our Kidcasters at this point, they've done a great job picking them. I thought you and I should put our hands on the decision.
We got to throw our hat in that ring, don't we?
Yep, we'll be deciding from here on out. 2-0 the count. So go ahead and forward that stuff on over. Mulkey, if you can. Kansas City. We'll take a look at it.
That'll be fun.
It's a nice big, we can rent an audio video system.
I think you're right.
You can pay for the catering. The 2-1. Fly ball to right field. Long run for a trio of Astros. Eric Burns did not take anything for granted. He ran hard the entire time. And good for him. Doesn't cost you anything to hustle. He won't brag on that hit, but he can certainly brag on the fact that he ran.
Well, there was right out there in the Bermuda Triangle. Nobody going to get it, and then it gets by Pence. And one thing you're never going to ever see is Eric Burns loafing. He was thinking 3, but then he realized, well, we're 5 runs down in the 8th, so I'll just stay put and let the middle of the order, these big old ornery middle of the order guys, take care of business.
Like to call them Damage Incorporated, you do.
Well,
we brought that up last night. Gave you credit.
Justin, Stephen Drew, and Mark Reynolds. About 3 weeks ago. Damage Incorporated. You like that?
I do like it. It just got the Sutton stamp of approval. It did last night, and we gave you full credit. Had to bring Candiotti in on that one.
That was Candyman the last couple of days.
He's good, but here's what happens. He comes in, goes through the rigors of TV, and if you look next door in the radio booth, needs an off day.
Oh,
2 days of the rigors of television.
Well-deserved off day for the Candyman, you're right. Especially with the off day tomorrow. Yeah, Candyman. It's good work if you can get it. Yeah, there's Jeff Munn.
Money man.
Over in Candyman's seat now. There's the governor. Sounded like Money was doing a little play-by-play there, huh?
Oh, you bet. Does a nice job. He's a finalist for a couple of Major League jobs this winter. There he is, Tom Candiotti with his sons.
Oh, there he is. There's the Candyman.
And making the most of it with his boys. That's good to see. Boys, Dad was tired. 2 days of TV. That Darren Sutton never shuts up. Yeah, that's right, boys. The 1-2, it's fouled off. I don't know how Gracie does it. I need an off day after spending 2 days with him. You know how he does it, folks? He leaves every weekend and regenerates to come back to.
That's exactly right.
Listen to my blabber.
They brought their gloves to the ballpark. Never know when you might get a foul ball.
In on the hand. Don't forget about every Sunday. It's a Kids Sunday at Chase Field. Kids only promotions and giveaways for 5,000 kids to the June 28th game. Receive a D-backs nightlight. Kids can stick around after the game and run the bases. 602-514-8400. Visit dbacks.com/Sunday. I know we travel those greats, you know, I'm scared of the dark, so we travel that nightlight.
And Vanessa just makes it look not near as scary, doesn't she?
Yeah. 1-0 the count. I like that. I must admit, I've never heard of a nightlight for a team giveaway. I like that idea. D-back dreams.
Fulcino to the belt.
I know you like it too. Lifted to left field. Never want to kick your foot on the corner of the couch or anything. That nightlight is good. You don't have to listen to me today, pal. Ball brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It is on. And we're glad to help you raise awareness. Well done, folks. Out here at the ballpark. Taking a look ahead at the upcoming series. We'll have all games for you on Fox Sports Arizona. Doug Davis against the Gilgamesh. A couple of guys going through some hard luck this year, both sub-4 ERAs. Truth be told, though, excited about Wednesday beyond belief. Fireballer Max Scherzer coming off his best start of his major league career against one of the best pitchers, the best pitcher in baseball this year, Zach Greinke. Really excited.
And Dan Herron going to lock horns.
He will go on Thursday against Luke Hochevar.
Did you see what Luke Hochevar did his last start against the Cincinnati Reds? Complete game, 80 pitches.
Really?
Complete game, 80 pitches. And by the way, Darren, Kansas City Royals they have swept the Cincinnati Reds, so Diamondbacks are going to go face a hot team.
How we looking?
Right on schedule.
Bouncing ball, Mankata. Well, we have a lot of folks texting all throughout the day, interacting as Chad Qualls gets some work in about interleague play.
I voted B.
744-99. Mark Grace voted.
You voted
for
A,
B.
right?
I'm sure everyone. Oh, there you go. Get rid of it, says 26%. Much to the commissioner's dismay. But if you look at it there, that is an approval rating of what, 72% for interleague play?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, it wouldn't break my heart. It wouldn't break my heart at all if it went away.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I
said, I think it's okay.
I'd be devastated.
Wow.
Stop!
I mean, beside myself.
But then again, you get devastated at. You're easily devastated.
It's well said.
You're still very, very upset about Old Yeller.
Yes.
E.T. didn't want him to leave.
Wicked slider. I'm always devastated when, well, they run out of cold beverages when we get together.
That's true.
So we have to see if we can get the key to the beer pump room. I'm having the key to that door in my next deal.
Who do you think might have that key? Oh. Nothing like a long day at the office. Maybe we'll invite Clay Zavada.
Bouncing ball. On my next deal, Mr. Hall, I'd like the key to that room, please. Don't even have to pay.
Please?
Did not close last night. Wanted to give him a soft landing. And this is not a save situation. Don't forget, immediately after the ball game, Diamondbacks, the 10th inning. Weekly magazine show, insider show hosted by Todd Walsh. Great show. And just hang around right here. They like to say on FM radio, just keep it right here, rip off the knob.
That's pretty good.
There he is, Jose Valverde. Injuries this year. He had not pitched since April with calf problems. And he was excited. You could sense in talking to him. The first day on the disabled list, came off the disabled list for yesterday. That sign, by the way, maple equals syrup. Bats are to be made of ash.
Nice.
There you go.
Attaboy. Attaboy. Yeah, I get it. That's my guy right there. What, Mark Reynolds having another big day. He's homered, doubled. He's going to face Valverde and that terrific fastball. 17 home runs already. The RBI total starting to climb as well.
Yeah, he did, they say, and you could hear Doug Eddings bark that out. Arizona, outside of a large rally in this inning. Should they come up short, we'll drop to 14-23 here at home. They will again lose another series here at home. That's another losing homestand.
Yeah, that's yuck.
As Reynolds pops that one up. Arizona, in their series played this year, and they have played 21 of them. Have won 4.
Yeah, that's just not getting it done. That's not even close to getting it done.
Backed off there and right over the top. Was that the split-fingered fastball there?
The split-fingered fastball. And Mark Reynolds, strikeout victim. Watch Papa Grande. That always goes over real well in the opposing dugout.
Well, there was a little bit of fun going on with the New York Yankees and New York Mets today with regard to K-Rod. Brian Bruni had some comments about it.
I didn't see the comments. Did you?
Basically, to really summarize, I want to be careful here. The act is growing tired.
Well, didn't he point to? He pointed to the sky when A-Rod popped up and the ball got dropped.
Right.
So maybe it was something about the premature point to the sky.
It was, yeah, that and just big picture as well.
That is getting tired.
And the two had a discussion.
K-Rod didn't like it, huh?
The two had a discussion which was captured on camera by someone and was shown between the two players during.
Oh, dear.
Not a safe situation for K-Rod today, though.
Brian Bruni, I think, got the last laugh. So it was Johan Santana that got whacked.
Mm-hmm. And it was a good day for the Yankees because they didn't play the Red Sox.
That's a great point. Are they, 0-8 or something like that this year against the Red Sox? Minnesota took another loss today. At Chicago.
Oh, Lou Pinella's happy.
New hitting coach. Bon Joshua, now the hitting coach in Chicago.
Joshua.
And you can tell just right out of the gate, dividends being reaped. They scored 3 runs. Won the ball game.
Enough to win, though, no doubt, as Valverde sits down Chris Young.
First baseman Josh White.
Valverde taking care of his old teammates. Bang, right to the outside corner. Steve Reich 3. I love the kid, though.
That's the thing. We know the guy.
I love this kid. He is such a big sweetheart.
Big sweetheart. And no one.
Probably wouldn't even swat a fly.
And no one kids themselves, though, about the role he played in 2007.
He was brilliant.
And he considered him deserving of the team most valuable player for all of the games that he locked down. One and one the count. All those babies on that team. She is ready to shut it down. Ready to shut it down.
She's about to go.
Split-fingered fastball. It's a strike. 1-2 the count.
Hang in there, sweetie. It's almost over. Diamondbacks are down to their last strike.
I think it may be too late.
Done.
Too late. Very dramatic today, more so than ever in a non-safe situation, Jose Valverde.
Well, you're pitching against the team that traded you. There's always a little bit of that. Rally hats and more yawns. Well, unfortunately for Diamondback fans, this one's kind of been a lackluster yawner. Yep, done. Thanks for coming. Up.
Well,
glum-looking folks today, unfortunately.
Jose Valverde hoping he is not glum here in just a moment. Big fella. There's a lot to that guy. The 2-2.
Weitzel putting a good at-bat on him here. There's
a huge roar and an ovation as they showed the decisive hit in the victory for Arizona State between innings. Crowd erupted as they beat North Carolina at the College World Series. 2-2 the count. That is that. Split-fingered fastball. 8-3 the final score. And so the Diamondbacks are victorious. Not today. It was a very tough day. You hope that they could do it. Houston Astros take it to them. They win the series. The Giants win the series. Just unable to do what we said earlier. A word we used, defend their home turf.
Yeah, it's just a situation where, you know, another unsuccessful homestand, and it's just you think after a big win the first game that there might be some killer instinct. Unfortunately, it just wasn't there the next two games.
You saw Pudge Rodriguez. Congratulations to him, tying Bob Boone for #2 all-time on the Major League Baseball games cost list. Congratulations to Pudge Rodriguez. Zach Greinke will be on the mound here in a couple of days. Miller Lite once brewing, and then Ichiro is awaiting, and some solid pitching for the Seattle Mariners. We'll have all the games for you. Looking for